Hi, this is Lana Geich, and welcome to another episode of Global Network of Healers. Today with us, we have Vivian Guzman, and she's from Orange, California, USA. Welcome, Vivian.
Hi, Lana. Thank you for inviting me. Hi, everyone.
Such a pleasure to have you. So I want to give a little bit of a background on you, and then we're going to get into some questions, and then we'll do a little sample. So it's a kind of a treat today. We're doing something a
Yay.
little bit different. Yeah. So Vivian here is a money magnet activator. What a cool title, a money magnet activator. She's a phenomenal woman. She has two books. One is an international best-selling book, and it's called Awaken Your Medical Intuition, The Healthcare Professional's Guide to Energy Healing. The second book is out to be in June, I think you said?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it is called Money Blocks, How to Get to Six Figures in 90 Days or Less in Any Economy. So you definitely want to stick around for this interview. We'll post her details below if you have, in the post, if you have any questions, she's certainly open to answering. But a little more about Vivian is she's a medical and business intuitive, and she scans the body and energy fields of a person to identify any money blocks that they have in the physical, mental, emotional, spiritual kind of boundaries, and to see on which level there are those blocks, and she neutralizes them basically and strengthens that money field so that you can easily attract money rather than have to chase. Her motto is all with ease. Am I right?
Yes, ease, grace, and flow, baby.
Ease, grace, and flow. Yes, thank you. Awesome.
Yes.
So tell us more about what you do. I mean, it seems really, really interesting. For those that have never had exposure to this energy work, right? What do you do? Can you tell us?
Okay, so first, I tell people, I'll give you 3 tips first on really how to be a money magnet. There's a lot more in that book coming up called Money Blocks, right? The 8 steps to get to 6 figures in 90 days or less. But the secret to having money is to really be grounded and aligned with your soul purpose. So people always look for their soul purpose, but I always say you will find your soul purpose, or actually your soul purpose will find you when you're ready. So alignment to me means you're connected to God, divine source, however you want to call it, universe. So your soul is growing. It's always growing, looking for growth. And your heart, basically your soul tells your heart what to feel. So if you don't like your situation, you're going to outgrow that and you're going to expand, right? But your heart will tell your mind what to think, and your mind will tell your body what to do. So this vertical alignment, if you can visualize that, right? And if you're connected to the earth, and I always say when you meditate, please ground at least 4,000 miles below. Because if you're not grounded, that means your soul is checked out somewhere else. And that's the good part of us humans. We are so powerful. We can split our souls in different planets, dimensions, and realities at the same time. Just think about it, Lana, right? So let's say if you're doing this interview, but then you're thinking, oh, I got to cook something. Oh, I got to do some groceries. Oh, I got to hire someone to clean my house. Oh, by the way, I need to take my car to the shop. Okay, so that means, so your mind is somewhere else, right?
Yeah.
You're not completely 100% present when you're doing what you're doing. So the power of anyone is not in the past or the future, but in the present time.
Yeah.
So we have to be grounded and aligned, right? Those are the very powerful and successful entrepreneurs because they're not doing 10 million things. They're doing one thing at a time because in the physical plane, unfortunately, there's such a thing as time. In the ethereal plane, in the spiritual plane, everything can happen like this, split seconds, half a millisecond, right? However, to manifest that into reality, it has to go through the different layers, like the different chakras or energy centers that we have. So the first thing is to be aligned and really grounded when it comes to the money flow. The second thing is you have to focus on what you really want. And sometimes, unfortunately, the universe has a different plan, right? For you. But if you can release the attachments, like what are you willing to release to be able to get to that goal or purpose that your company is out to do, right? Because sometimes it is bigger than us when we start to become this person, this person that actually hears our higher guidance. It's no longer us, right? It's like God works through you.
Right.
But as you step into that power, it's a container. Okay. Money issue is always some form of an emotional problem. It's related all the time. It's never the money. Okay. So I don't believe when people tell me I can't afford it. Please don't say those words, because you're digging your prosperity hole each time.
Right.
And you cannot be a victim and a wealthy person at the same time.
Makes sense.
I'm sorry, it just doesn't equate.
Right.
It's kind of like you can't be a victim and a perpetrator at the same moment.
Right.
Just think about it, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, the alignment, the emotions, right? What are the emotional, like negative emotions and reactions and situations that you're giving power to? Hence, you don't have money. And then the third one is really, it is the mindset of that. It's like, what are you thinking?
Right. Okay. That
Yeah.
makes sense. So it starts from your higher self, goes into, I was trying to picture it as you were saying.
So it's
higher
like
self into your heart, into your emotional center, which moves then into your brain and mind. And from there
then
it goes
into your body.
And that is how you manifest something.
Yeah.
But it
Definitely.
takes time, because you might have the thought of, oh, I really want this, trying to, this is my goal for 2020. This is how much money I want to make. Right. It takes time to penetrate all those levels. So it makes sense what you're saying, that you have to stay aligned the whole time for that to come true. And sometimes the path that you think you need to take, or you want to take, or you plan to take, not the path, right? And so you have to sort of let go and let it guide you, kind of thing. Wow. That's pretty powerful.
That's the thing. It's, let's say you have a goal in 2020, right? I want to share a powerful tool that it's in my book. It is this question I ask the universe, because we have to ask intelligent questions. Otherwise, we're not going to get where we want to go, right? Yeah. Because if you keep on saying, why me? Why
it's going to be you.
It's like universe says, here's another rock. Why you? Boop.
That's right.
So I asked this question, what are the infinite possibilities of receiving blank amount of money? So if let's say you want to get to 6 figures, like 100,000, just for example, by the end of 2020, with ease, grace, and flow, right? I asked that question, and then I just asked the universe in a playful way, not attached to the outcome. And at the same time, it's funny because a lot of my clients that are in my 90-day success program, right? Once they step into the container and the other people are saying their goals, they start to go, well, that's really not, some of them would say it's 30,000, in the next 90 days. And then they realize, oh, but wait, with my business growing, I have these expenses. I actually need a little bit more than that. So they start to bump up, right? Like, maybe I need 100,000, not 30,000. So it becomes such a powerful group, because everybody wants to elevate their frequency to the point that they can help themselves, their family, and also others. Yeah. So it becomes a fun activity for them to actually clear their interference. Yeah. And I even say, because they get clearer and clearer every time they work with me, right? Whether it's in a group or if it's a private session, they start to release the interference. Now, I want to define what that is. Interference means like static, right? So when you tune into the radio and sometimes you don't have the right channel, you get bzz, bzz, different sounds, right? So if you can imagine, I'm going to share with them the energetic boundaries. Are you good with that?
Of course, that was my next question. So there you go. Ahead of me.
So when it's you in the center, you're the core of your universe, but think of rainbow colors around you, and that's our energetic boundaries. That's like our external skin that alerts us whether, okay, there's something good coming in, or, that's a dangerous thing. I'm not going to be part of that, right? So in a way, you can attract who you are, Or you can repel other people because they don't like what you're saying or doing. They
Right.
don't like your frequency, right?
Right.
So it is a way for you to magnetize the money that you want or repel it, depending on what's inside those bubbles, okay, those
Mhm.
boundaries.
Right.
So the first physical is the red boundary. It's our physical health, our money and survival issues. Then we have the emotional boundary.
Uh-huh.
Then that is the emotions, right? So
Mhm.
the orange and yellow boundary, it contains our power also, our ability to be powerful. Now, the question is it just yours that's there? So the interference means other energies that you've allowed in your space are there. Okay. And then the next one is the relational boundary, the green and blue hues,
Mhm.
which is about our heart and about our communication, our throat, our truth, how we express it.
Yeah.
Again, have you allowed other people in your life and let it run the show, right? So then, because you're attached to something, whether you think money is because money is only available if, or love is only available if you have money, or maybe power is only available when you have money. So those are like certain belief systems that tend to move you towards one side or the other. So
Yeah.
it means when you don't have money, you're not happy. Well, it is nicer if you have money, but if you can learn to neutralize that energy, that
Yeah.
you're happy no matter what, right?
Right. Mhm.
Doesn't matter what's happening. You carry your own energy. You're the one making it anyway.
Exactly.
So then when you're
Yeah.
neutral to it, you're not going to be sad or suddenly depressed and frozen when you don't have anything in the bank,
Mhm.
right? And
Mhm.
then the last one is our spiritual boundary, which is the purple boundaries or white boundaries. And those are oof, the heaviest in a way.
Yeah.
if they are violated one way or the other. So if someone made you believe that you're not good enough, you're
Mm.
not powerful because you're a woman, we have to delete all that, because
Mhm.
when a thought or someone's energy starts to penetrate
Yeah.
all of those layers, guess what? You're going to be sick,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Because think about a spear or a knife or a dagger coming through from one side and hitting you on your, let's say, your heart.
Mhm.
That's what's going to happen, is you're going to be sick and you're going to need something, because the spiritual boundary, by the way, the outside bubble, that's what everybody feels like without you even opening your mouth.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, when they say, I don't know why I really like you, or I like your energy, but yeah, I'm pulled towards you. I don't know why,
Yeah.
like that. We connect with each other that way because there's some harmonic frequency happening.
Yeah.
So the ones that you just don't like them, and you don't know why. They look good. They don't look like homeless, right? They look professional. They open their mouth, and the more you don't like them, there's a harmonic dissonance there. You just
Mhm.
don't know why.
Right.
But it's probably because you had some weird karma in the past, like maybe that person killed you in the past life.
Mhm.
There's lots of stories that I see in that energetic boundary or aura.
Right.
And it's so fascinating because people sometimes are too righteous, saying, oh no, I've never done anything wrong in my life. But do you know what you did in your past life?
Right.
Maybe this is a different opportunity for you, different card, so to speak.
Yeah.
But yeah, you don't know what happened in the past. And when you're aware, you start to be compassionate with others, because sometimes it's not all our fault that
Mhm.
that energetic boundary has been violated. Because we didn't know when we were a kid. We
Yeah.
didn't know how to protect ourselves. We didn't know what to do. We thought our family would protect us, right?
Yeah.
We assumed a lot of things.
That's it. Yeah. As kids,
Yes.
exactly. We come into the world just exactly with that assumption will be
Yeah.
taken care of. But that's, I mean,
But
this
yeah,
is,
that's part of the
took the
lessons.
word right out of my mouth. I was thinking, man, this is fascinating. It's like you were reading my mind. It is so fascinating. I don't know anything about this, but it's so interesting that the spiritual is the most external to us.
Mhm.
And the thing that first gets impacted. So I just picture that. It's weird. As you're talking, I just keep picturing things. So,
Mhm.
and the
Yeah.
spirit's coming in, right? Penetrating
Yeah.
through the spiritual, coming in all the way. Eventually you get sick because it will wound you. And so
Yeah.
it is kind of
Yep.
interesting. And like you said, I think the thing that's important is we don't know what we don't know, and
Yeah.
we sense it, which is
Hmm.
very different than knowing what it is, right?
Yep.
And so, because you're right, I mean, I never would have thought, oh, I just have this weird vibe with this person. I can't seem to shake it. Every time I'm around this person, I've
Mm-hmm.
definitely had that. And
Yeah.
sometimes it's this positive energy that you're so drawn to, and other times it's the opposite, that I don't
Yes.
think I want to be around this person, and you don't know why, right? But like your
Right.
instinct is
Hmm.
just driving the show. So this is the cool thing, is you can actually tell people what
Yeah.
what it is, right? And if it's from a
Hmm.
different past, like a past life. And I'm a psychologist. Like, this is a very new area, and in terms of topic and to talk about.
Hmm.
But I've had clients before where I've walked them through from this life to a previous life where they had similar sensations. And it's
Yeah.
not like she was trying to go there, but she did anyways.
Hmm.
And I just kind of went with it. I didn't judge it. I just kind of went, this is clearly what she has to do. I trust the body to do what it naturally knows how to do.
Right.
And there it is. But,
Hmm.
but it's just phenomenal, because you have this gift, right? I mean, it's clear. You've had this gift, you've honed this gift, and it's a twofold gift. It's like you've got the medical intuition, and you've
Yep.
got the money blocks, and helping people in both perspectives at the same time.
Right.
They could be twisted, right? Like they could be intertwined.
Intertwined. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. This is like, this is fascinating. It really is.
Thank you.
So should we do a quick example, maybe like a 5
Yeah,
minute
sure.
example, or do you think
Of
this might
course.
be okay?
No, no, no. Everything is quick if you want it quick. And if you want it, see, that's the thing. If you have any mindset that it'll take you, let's say, a whole year to recover from anything, it'll take you a whole year, because
Yeah.
you're always right. Okay.
Doesn't matter
Whoever's
what you
watching
think.
the show, yeah,
Yes.
you're always right.
Yeah.
Because even if someone introduces a different concept, you're always gonna be right. You're
Yeah.
gonna prove yourself right anyway. The
Yeah.
mind plays that game. Okay.
Yes.
So yeah, if
So
you think
true.
5 minutes, it'll be done.
Let's do it. We're doing it in
So
5
what
minutes.
would you like for me to look at? So Lana, you're gonna volunteer, right? Because
Yes.
you're here. It's just you and I.
It's just me.
So
Okay. So I'm going to
yeah,
volunteer.
so let's link that. So like making money, like getting to 6 figures. So have you made 6 figures at all in your life?
I have. Yes.
Yes. Awesome. Okay. And then
I had a medical issue that took a long time to recover from. Obviously, business suffered. And part of me now wants to actually just even go nuts and go crazy, because you just said to me, what we think is what we create. So here I'm thinking, let's see, Vivian, make me 7 digits. Let me make seven
all
digits.
right.
Because
We can
when
do
this
that.
happens, lady, all the people on Facebook, and they're going to tell their friends, because I will post that. I will say
Awesome.
officially today. So how about we do that?
Okay.
7
Awesome.
digits, 2020, at any point in
All right.
2020. All right.
Okay. Awesome. Okay. So yeah, I do want to share an example of a client who came to me broke because her husband decided to leave her. Even if the night before he said, I love you. You're the best woman I've ever had in my life. Anyway, the next day he left, took everything they had, including her $120,000 savings
Wow.
that she built her whole entire life, right? And
Yeah.
she said, well, I guess somebody referred me and said to her, see this lady, she's a money magnet activator. Okay. So she was so broke. Of course, whatever last charge she had on her credit card, she said, well, I'm broke anyway. I'm just going to do it. Within 90 days, she got her $120,000 back. Of course, not from the ex-husband,
Right.
but
Yep.
from a different source. So we cannot be attached to where it's coming from. You have to be completely open and allow that. And then after that, of course, she continued working with me because she's like, I want 7 figures now. Within 60 days, because we did an Up-Level 2020 event, she said, oh my God, Vivian, I have like 50 million orders of these hand sanitizers, and I don't know what to do with it, but I'm about to make $2 million. Okay.
What a problem to have, Vivian. What a problem to have.
Her 1.25 million goal had been surpassed, right?
Yeah.
So she's working on fulfilling those orders now as we speak.
Yeah.
She was the inspiration of that book, Money Block, by the way, the Money Blocks. Yeah.
Okay.
And so, okay, so Lana, you would
Love
like to
it.
make 7 figures by 2020,
Let's do
anytime
it.
within 2020. And what do you think would be stopping you from doing that? Is there a physical issue,
Yeah.
emotional, relational, anything under the sun, spiritual, that you'd like for me
Yeah.
to look at?
Yeah, there's the emotional issue for sure,
Okay?
and the physical that would go along with that. Obviously, when it impacted my career, my medical issue,
Yeah,
there was that, but then there's all the emotional issues that went along with that, that kind
right.
of created a
Okay.
bit of a tornado for me. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. So what did you have that stopped you from 2 years ago? Because you were already making six figures.
Yes. Yeah. So I had a heart issue, and
Oh,
and I
okay.
had to like have surgery, and it
Okay.
was
All right. So
yeah.
do you mind if I take a look at your heart? So I'm going to remotely view her heart. So go ahead, Lana. Just
Okay.
keep the tip of your tongue at the roof of your mouth, and I want you to breathe in and out of your nose. So you're going to breathe blue from the earth and then breathe out red from the heart down to the belly to the pubic bone. Okay. So first breathe in through your nose, blue. I'm going to ground you to the earth all the way 4,000 miles below. I'm going to connect you to divine source all the way up. So we'll bring that up to this golden light up to the edge of the planet, the galaxy, the solar system, all the way where the angels are. And we're going to go where creation started, bring in this beautiful heavenly light to you, and ask for a healing. We're going to bring that all the way to your heart and to the very center of the earth and all of your energetic boundaries. We're going to form a golden bubble around you and just say your full name 3 times.
Okay. Lana Geit, Lana Geit, Lana Geit.
And we're going to ask God, Supreme Being, whatever happens in today's reading, clearing, and healing will be for your highest good and the good of your business. We ask for divine clarity, divine healing, divine love and forgiveness, divine joy, divine spiritual understanding, awareness, discernment. Amen. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna look, well, when I'm looking remotely at your heart, I see the left side had some trauma. Okay, so I'm gonna delete the weakness. First, we'll connect your heart to your midline and midline to your heart, 100% infinite potential. And I still see some old blood, so to speak, on the left side of the heart, left atrium, left ventricle, and then there's that mitral valve that's still healing, right?
Mm.
So let's take a deep breath and delete the weakness to the surgical procedure that you've had. This is coming actually from different past lifetimes wherein you were emotionally hurt, okay? So
Mhm.
let's take a deep breath and delete that weakness to zero minus infinite potential. And we're going to delete all of other past lifetime issues of emotional trauma as a child, emotional trauma as a woman. Let's delete all the karma that you've had with all the people who have hurt you. So we're going to delete any entanglements you've had with them, okay? Whether it's a relative or a non-relative or a friend or a family member. So let's clear all of that to zero minus infinity. And I'm going to strengthen you to be able to forgive all of them and forgive yourself for subjecting yourself to the suffering. Okay, so let's strengthen you for that to 100% infinite potential. So take a deep breath. There you go. So the left atrium started working better now. Okay, so that's better. How are you feeling? Do you feel any change there so far? I'm going to work on the ventricle now. What happened when I did that?
It's weird. I almost felt like a pop. I heard it. I felt it, and I heard it. I
Okay,
don't know
good,
where the
good.
pop came from.
Awesome. So go ahead and say change, no change, neutral.
No change.
So
Change.
say change, no change, neutral.
Oh, sorry. Change. No change. Neutral.
Okay. Take a deep breath, and I'm going to strengthen you to be neutral to instant changes, right? And allow you to catch up with the speed of the universe. So it's below the speed of light, at the speed of light, and beyond the speed of light to 100% infinity. So this is what I'm saying when people think it's going to take me forever to heal this thing. Of course, it'll take you forever, but there's such a thing as an immediate change if you allow it.
Right.
All right, let's take a deep breath and there's a little weakness on the heart and the bottom, the ventricle, but also in the lungs. So you carry a lot of sadness energy. So let's take a deep breath and release all the sadness from this lifetime and even past lifetime. So you have a hard time letting go of certain clients also that, or certain people in your life that really don't serve you anymore. So ask the divine to help you with that. So bring a lot of sunshine. Like think of a big, but it's like liquid, and then let it melt through the middle of your chest. And ask for help in releasing these people that really don't serve your highest good. So it's time for you to do that. Are you okay doing that? Because then you're going to have, so remember in the universe, there's a giving and receiving. So what's happening is when you let go of some, you're going to have room for others, right?
Yeah.
It's never going to be like, oh my God, I just lost money over there. That's okay. You'll gain it over here.
Yeah.
So go ahead and break your agreements in holding on, because that's a codependency issue. If you look at that, it's like you're hoping they would change for you, but maybe it's not their time to change in this lifetime. And they may need a different teacher than you, because you're just going to be frustrated if you're moving at a certain speed and then they're like, you're moving like 80,000 miles an hour and they're like 8 miles an hour. They're like,
mismatch, yeah.
hello, I'm about to do this now. What are you doing over there? I'm still trying to fix this. Okay, go ahead, do that. And it's the allowing, right? That's the love. It's you just, you love them anyway. And it doesn't mean they're going to fall away from your life. Maybe, but it's possible that they would just love you forever just because, but it doesn't mean that you're going to be connected that way. It's a different relationship now. So let's delete your weakness to your love for yourself. That's an issue for you. You have about 30%. So let's strengthen you to be neutral and strong, to loving yourself unconditionally with everything that's ever happened or happening or will ever happen to you. Take a deep breath and let's bring in some gold now from the earth and move that energy upward like a fountain to the top of your head and to all your aura. And where you're going to strengthen your ability now to occupy your body at 100%. So go ahead and say, I call my energies.
I call my energies.
My information.
My information.
My creativity.
My creativity.
And my havingness.
And my havingness.
Back to me now.
Back to me now.
So let's take a deep breath. Okay, that should feel, yep, now I see your heart pumping. Yep, so now the surgery, that looks clean now, perfect. Because before you had so much old blood, so the body has to still pick that up, right? The lymphatic system has to drain all that. So now it's doing that. And you may actually feel more elimination after this, because the body has to respond to the change that just happened.
Right.
How are you feeling now when you breathe?
Good. I mean, there's a flow, there's openness. I feel there's openness.
Yeah. And even if I ask you now, can you visualize the 7-figure business you're looking at right now? Just take a look in front of you and just visualize the clarity of how it looks like to you. So yeah, when the energy gets cleared, the blockages gets cleared, what happens is you finally can get to that 7-figure, because somehow you're going to bring in the right opportunities, the right people to support you, the right team to help you. Yeah. That's the way it works. There you go.
Thank you. Oh my goodness. And I've just inspired your 3rd book, How to Get the Person to the 7-Digit Business.
Sure. I was going to stop there, but it's okay.
I hear ya. Your title will have to be like, 6 figures and beyond.
Thank you. Sure, I guess I'm going to be working with Angela again, right?
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are.
Yeah, that's fine. Thank you for that. Yes.
Oh my goodness. You're amazing. Wow. It's hey, take all the help that you can get. You know, I say to people, there are healings to be done on multiple
levels. Yeah, multiple levels. Yeah.
And the energetic one is the one that only I feel like a handful full of people know what that's about and know how
Oh,
to do
wow.
it. And so,
Right.
but we feel energy everywhere all the
Yep.
time. And
Yep.
it's incredible, actually. You know, you'll walk into an elevator and you're like, yeah, that couple just had a thing, right?
Right.
Energy. You weren't there, right? But you feel it. And so
Yeah.
and it's that sensing, right? So there's definitely more to know.
Yeah, definitely.
So thank you for shedding light a little bit, giving us an example.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
your
Thank
wonderful
you.
books. I actually can't wait to read them because this
Oh, thank you.
it seems like something I wouldn't put down.
It's fun. Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys, if you don't have any fun in what you're doing, quit. That's
Totally.
my advice.
Exactly. But first they have to get through the fear, right? The
Yeah.
fear.
Yeah.
And then align,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
So
Yep. Yep.
thank you so much, Vivian. It's
You're
been a pleasure.
welcome. Yep.
All right. Take care.
So yeah, yeah. Oh, they want to know how to get a hold of me, right?
They are going to have all of that. I
Oh,
love
they
that you
will.
said
Okay,
that. But we're going
perfect.
to put that in the post. But why don't you go ahead and tell them
Okay.
what's the best way to get a hold of you?
So, the best way to get a hold of me, I would say, is just go to overwhelm911.com and you can just apply to see, if you need some help, just like I demonstrated with Lana, I will be more than happy to see what's going on with you.
Cool. Awesome. Well, there you go, guys.
Thank you.
Everyone, guys and girls. All right, cool. And we'll put that on the post. And so people will have your email as well as the links to everywhere that they, how to reach you. And so that'll be great.
Awesome.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you, Lana. Take
Pleasure.
care.